there we go. Got a black screen. We'll give it a few more seconds. That's not good. Do I have my people turned off? Huh. Area should be in sight. Oh! There we go. That took quite a while to actually connect. Hi everyone! Alright, we are going to analyze part 3. Analyze the Folklore of Endless Online part 3. Here we go. I really don't know where I exactly want to start. Oh, by the way, if you watched the Halloween video I did, you'll know that it took me a very long time to have these in my eyes. They are contacts. And my husband actually had to help me, but I did this all by myself. It took me like 30 or 40 minutes, so I'm practicing, so don't be weirded out by them. I'm just practicing. Alright, where did we leave off at? I think it was around this area. So let's get started. Right away we see Avon soldiers here. We don't really know why. We also see debris. No background. Okay. I'm being told the music is very loud, so we're just gonna...
No, it's the opposite.
Not loud enough?
Yeah, there's no music.
What if I do this? I do have background music playing right now, but I just don't know if it's too loud or not. Okay, Avon soldiers. They're here. We don't know why. Are they like patrolling? What are they doing? Why are they just kind of hanging out here? Avon captain? You'd think they'd be hanging out more around like the Avon castle, but no, they're down here in this area. So let's go down here because I thought something was pretty interesting. We're gonna go into the little house.
Still no music.
No? Okay, what if I do this? Ah! Sorry! I'm trying to find a good tone for that. And again, I can't hear any of this, so I have to have someone else tell me, like, how does the music sound? We'll wait for it to catch up. Okay, so for some reason... Hi, Sorrow, welcome back. Or Sorrow, I never know how to say her name. Okay, so we got a cage here. Why? I guess you could argue maybe it's for the rats. There's no music now. There's nothing. But... Oh, can I not click on you? Or do I already have it active? I sure hope so. That's odd. I was gonna show down below in his basement, but it seems I can't do the quest with him. Wow, okay, so... Now, however, it has to be accurate. But thank you for that. Sorrow, okay. Sorrow, we'll stick with that. So apparently my alt here, Arayas, cannot do the quest. But that's fine because she does have another task. So we'll come back to that. But for right now, we're going to send her down to the Dragon's Cave. Because I thought it was rather interesting. In the desert, there's a lot of earthquakes. And I was thinking, does that kind of mean that there's a volcano nearby? That would be interesting. Because it seems to come together well. So if we head down to the Dragon's Cave, you'll see there's a bunch of lava in there. Are we to believe that might be a volcano and that's what's causing the earthquakes in the desert? We will soon see. But Arayas is just taking her time, strolling down. And she is level 20, so she can enter into the dragon's cave. I was gonna have another alt be there, but she's only like level 5. Another Aven soldier just hanging out for some reason. Why? Are they afraid of something? Are they looking for someone? We will find out about that. And since we're here, these are very interesting, these pillars. They kind of have a similarity to the structures in Aven Temple. I kind of wonder, I mean, was this supposed to be like another city? Was it? Was it going to be? Was it already destroyed? Now, there are like these little gray blocks everywhere, which I'm going to categorize as debris. And here's a dragon warrior. Do we need one? Do we need a dragon warrior? What was this saying here? Can't click on it. I also found out there's a lot of difficulty. Do not enter the cave. Danger. But it doesn't say why. I also noticed this is incredible grass, by the way. Like, you can actually sit down in it and it covers you. It's fantastic. I'm pretty sure a few days ago was the first time I ever noticed it. I was like, wow, why don't we have more of that? Can you imagine just like an entire field with that map, that block? Or what do you want to call it? A square? Sprite? Whatever you want to call it. Okay, here we are. Now, this cave, very possible to be a volcano, maybe a bottom of a mountain. And now we go inside and we can pretty much almost have proof. Hi! You beat me here. Look at that. Look at all that lava. Now, if you didn't know this already, Sausage had tweaked the dragons a little bit to make them, I guess you could say, a little bit more aggressive. Before, you could hide, and they wouldn't really follow you. But now they most certainly do. They hunt you down, so it's a little harder to get inside the dragon cave. Now, we see little blood spills here, but did you notice that there's, like, no bodies in here? That was kind of odd to me, because up until this point, we've seen bodies, like, everywhere. But here, there's nothing. Look at that lava! And let's see. The only real other place we see lava is at Iposens. And there is another place which is kind of odd, but it's inside the castle where their maze is. I know, it's sad. We're just surrounded by lava. So yeah, I wonder, is this why the desert has constant earthquakes? Is it because it's near an active volcano, which here in the Dragon Cave, that very much so looks like one. So, I think I'm going to jump off of Arrayas now. I'm going to get her back out, and I'm going to switch to an alt who can do the quest. Just give me 1 second. We will fix that. I wasn't aware that Arrayas for some reason can't do that. I don't understand why. Because here's the thing. Blink Queen can do it over and over again, but maybe it's just because she didn't fully complete the quest. Let me pick somebody random. You know what? How about Haxor? There he is. There's my Haxor. Okay, let's turn that back on. Oh, wrong one. That's Blink Queen. Bling, we're not on you yet. So, he is in Aven. It's going to be a little bit of a walk. We got to go all the way down. It's not far, but it's just takes a while. Who we got here? Cruise, Unicorn. Say hi, YouTube. There's that little statue guy again. If you guys weren't present for the past few other videos, I'm theorizing that that might possibly be the ancient wreath when he had a body. Okay, here we go. Now, hopefully Haxor can do this, because it'll be very odd if he can't. He's level 0. I don't think it's in his quest log. No quests. Good. Unless it's under the E. No. Okay. I should pull YouTube back up, just in case. Nice try, Haxor. Not today. That's exactly where I got it from. Can I not walk over that? Fine. I was thinking, you guys might remember, I was talking about making a storyline, like a story for Endless. Not necessarily the game, but if the game were actual, like real life. Haxor would be my bad guy. There must be a rat inside my house. Let's say there are holes. There are holes in my bag of grain everywhere. Can you find and kill the critter for me? Yes. I'm working on it, and he's right over here. Yeet you. Do you not have a weapon? Wow, okay. Don't have a weapon then. And one more time. Thank you for removing the rat. That rat. Actually, my basement is crowded with fierce rats. I find that interesting. He actually, like, singles these rats out as if they're different. And remember back in my previous videos, I talked about maybe a curse that possibly just makes things act weird. Now, I'm going to have to do it again, but I know there is a guard that is called Corrupt Guard. I don't know if we actually know why he went corrupt. I have to redo that quest, but I thought that was interesting. So we got fierce rats, obviously something acting different. And if you notice, there's rats everywhere. So I wonder if they help, like, the curse maybe take over at Endless? Maybe? Actually, my basement is filled. Okay, crowded rats. And my wife doesn't want to live here anymore. Please kill rats in my basement and I will reward you for your efforts. I'm working on it. So basically, this is what was interesting to me. We have a little prisoner ball here. My theory is that maybe possibly either the farmer, the guy we just talked to, George, or the wife, who is only referred to as peasant woman, was one of them possibly a prisoner of Avon, and they were in the jail, and maybe they were broken out, and maybe that's why there's that sign saying it's forbidden to help people escape. I just find it so odd that this is here. Why? And why is there a cage above? Why do they keep it? Why is it hidden in the basement? And again, we see that book with the little mark. And if you guys can't recall, I was suggesting that maybe these books, because they're everywhere, very often we see the purple book with the red moon. Are these books like something that helps them get their magic, possibly? Like, is that the source of magic? And depending on who's using it, will give you good magic or bad magic? Look at me. I'm doing so bad. I can't even take on a rat. I'm level 0. No, I'm level 3. When did that happen? I thought I was 3. Anyways, that's worse, though, if I'm level 3. And I'm dying to a rat. That's pretty bad. And my strength is up there, but... Did it just regenerate? Did you guys see that? That's awful. Okay, we are not doing that again. So, now there we go. We have this chain ball. We have a random jail cell bar. Again, maybe it was for the rats, or maybe it was a prisoner that used to be in there. Now we're going to go ahead down to the woman so we can see her, who is the wife. I can't move! There we go. And I'm theorizing. So we got, you know, this kind of clothing style, and we have the woman who matches Avon's clothing more. So if they were a prisoner, who was it? And she's simply referred as peasant woman. And, hi stranger, I really need some help. I couldn't take it anymore. The rats invaded our farm, and I ran away to this small shed. Can you bring some bread to my husband? I fear he may not eat very well while I'm gone. Yes. Here, take this. I just made it myself. Sure. Please bring it to my husband, old farmer George, so he can have a proper meal. I didn't accept that, did I? I guess we'll find out. Anyways, that was what was interesting to me, is that this peasant woman, so I'm kind of wondering, was she the prisoner? And they're kind of like hiding away out here, and we never see what's in this little shack of hers where she's staying. Are there more secrets? We don't know! So now that we did that, let's bring this up and go over a few maps that I had talked about last time. So we're going to hide Haxor and Areas, and we're going to bring this up. Now, there we go, the pyramids, right? Vulture Island, very deserty looking. This seems normal. What doesn't seem normal is there's small writing on the wall. I'm trying to figure out how I did this last time. I know I did it though. Okay, which one of you is it? Did I not save it? Oh, okay. So that's kind of skipping ahead. But you know what? We'll go ahead and do this anyways. This is for the castle. It is very far ahead. I'm not there yet, but since I have it for some reason set up that way, we'll just go over the castle real fast. This should be changing. Or not. What's going on here? Oh, here. Is this it? Now this, okay, you know what? I bet I know what it is. I have 2 files with this name for some reason, and no! Okay, it was just slow. Anyways, ta-da! The castle map! Now, this little line here is just me showing that, that's not the one I want, is it? No. I wanted to go around, like, reading all the signs, but Sorty had helped me. She actually, like, pulled data from like every sign in Endless Online. I'm like, wow, thank you, you're amazing. So I don't think this one, what did this one say? I don't even remember. I could pull that up. But basically it wasn't anything too important other than like, you know, this is a maze. That was the only thing that caught my interest, was reading that. And it wasn't anything interesting, but we are going to go over this map a little more. We're going to bring it down here. A pit of lava. Why do you need a pit of lava in your castle? Like, okay, for like a moat around the castle, that makes sense. But for inside a maze? And then we have beds here? What? Why? Why do we need beds? And this little forest area, were they like doing some sort of experiment going on here? I don't know. Again, more lava. And this was interesting. ESUNLDRW. Again, Sorty had to help me with that one. I'm going to try to make this a little larger, which I think I can do like this. That's the hard way, though. Oh my dear goodness. Yeah. That's definitely the long way. This is massive. I'm going to do it the other way next time, which is just doing it through paints, making it large instead of this way. Anyways, here's Sorty. She apparently already decoded it. I don't know how, but she was just like that. So NESW, northeast, southwest, UDLR, up, down, left, right. Decode as needed. So that was interesting. This is a little random thing in here, in the maze, if you guys did not catch that before. All throughout Endless, there are just random letters written down, and we're going to see that again on another map I'm going to pull up for you guys. So let me just resize this monstrosity that's happening. Yeah, we're definitely not going to do that again. Okay. Now let's fix that. That one can go away now. And let's see here. The pyramids. Let's go over that again. Hopefully that's large enough. Now, maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger. I want to make sure you guys can actually kind of read and see these things. And as you know, Endless Online is a very tiny, tiny little pixel game. Maybe that's large enough. Okay, let's try that. And that might take a while to show up, just because there's a little bit of a lag. And the way, as big as I have made it, it takes a while to load. Yes, all the... Sorry, you are right. All the people got walled here back in the day. That's weird. I'm getting a little message saying, error, YouTube is isn't receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience something or other. Yeah, that didn't help. Yes, but back in the day, either Vult-r or Arvid, maybe it was both of them, but yes, people would get sent to the maze in order, because of punishment, basically. And another time was when Vulture sent everybody to the maze just to play. Basically, like, you're in the maze, you're stuck forever, and everyone just, like, be a group and go out together. And there was also that one time, I think it was Arvid, who sent everyone to the maze, and he was making people pay money in order to let them out. And it wasn't the maze itself. It was a very specific map you were caught on. And it was basically you were on one square, and you could only turn. You couldn't go anywhere. It wasn't a part of the maze, but it was a very specific square in the maze. So yeah, they were actually like charging people money in order to set them free. And the reason they were in there in the first place was just pure innocence. Is they were just sent there. And he's like, I'll let you out, but you gotta pay me. I vaguely remember that, but yes. Yeah, Arvid would wall them, and then Vult-r would let them out. It's very odd how that happened. Like, I don't know if he even had, like, a legit reason. Okay, back to the maps. This time we can make that larger, it won't be terrible. Now, you guys can't really see this. Maybe I'll make it a little bit larger, just to attempt it. I just thought it was kind of interesting that it almost seems that, this here was almost matching what was on here. I don't know what this says. I don't know what language it's in, but I just thought it was kind of interesting. And we're going to shrink it down again. Again, we see an E, I think, or a W. What even is that? A T, H, or an I? What is this? A plus or an X? Whatever this is. Question mark, it looks like to me. A Y. Very interesting. The random things throughout here. There's very few dead bodies in this place also. Like, right when you first walk in, there's a bunch. But after a while, they kind of disappear. Like, there are very few in between. You think it'd be, like, littered with it because it's a death trap. And, you know, the King Worm lives here. What is he trying to hide? Do you guys remember the treasure you get from here? I wonder who told him to guard this place. And why? Is there a specific reason? Is there like dark magic that, you know, in the wrong hands will absolutely destroy the world? Is it something like that? We don't know. Arvid walled people for speeding and autoing. Okay, so he was doing it for like good reasons. I know at some point in time he was just doing it for no reason at all, but it's nice to hear that he was actually like being an active admin and caring. Okay, now I'm gonna show you guys this one. Close that, bring this up. Just give me 1 second and I'll set this all up. Oh my dear goodness, it's so tiny. Okay, we gotta massively explode this. Oh, okay. You're not gonna go any bigger, right? Okay, that's perfect if it works. That's perfect. A little bit of lag going on. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna give the system a moment because it's having that error again. I think it's because I'm using this. But everything seems to be running well. I think it's because I'm using paints and I'm expanding things to make them large in order for you guys to see this. And when I do that, it messes with the video quality. So I think that's the only reason it's doing that. Otherwise, it'd be running fine. Okay, so as you can see, I have a bunch of monsters on here, and they're all green. Why? Why is that? Well, I was theorizing maybe Azuruf, or however you pronounce this, and a worm here got together and had a love child, and that's what King Worm is. But then I was really trying to think about it. I'm wondering if, do they evolve? I mean, that would make sense, right? Maybe perhaps this is like the pupa, is that the word? Like a little amoeba, maybe, first, and maybe it turns into this, and then this is the final one. So do the monsters and endless evolve? That's basically what I was kind of getting at. And I kind of collected things that looked maybe in the same group, but as you know, it doesn't have to be the same color because the worm and king worm are completely different colors, but yet it's the exact same sprite, so we can tell. And also worm is in the name, so we can tell there's some sort of resemblance going on there. And I was thinking, well, maybe the snake could evolve into the viper, maybe. It's a long shot, but I just thought it was interesting. Okay, I think that was it for pictures. Yes, that was it for pictures. We're going to turn that off now. And I'm trying to think where exactly do I want to be next. Do I want to be on Arrayas? Oh, well, that's Haxor. Or do I want to be on Bling Queen? I think maybe we'll be on Haxor for a minute. Just so I can kind of go over. There's a guard here. Let me look at my notes real fast. He was very out of place. But I don't quite remember where he's at. And I thought he was in this area. I like to show you guys like visuals. Oh, so that was another theory. So again, there's guards littered all over this Noobland area. Why is that? And I was theorizing, well, if we go back to maybe the woman and the man living in the little shack with the rats, if they're escaped prisoners, which one? Maybe the guards are still looking for that person. That would make sense why there's just guards everywhere you go. And vast majority belong to Avon, so if they were escaped prisoners, what do? Was it that bad that they're still on the hunt for them? Okay, I did find my notes. Let me look at that. I thought it was also interesting. There is a sign that says, "Welcome to Endless." Like, why is that after Noobland? Do you think that would be like one of the first things on there? And there was also another connection I was making, peasant woman. Now I was theorizing, are there like kind of rankings in the world of Endless, like nobility? And if there's a peasant woman, then maybe there's, you know, like I can't think of anything but like noble, just higher ups. So that was kind of matching into, is that why there's different clothing? Let's go back over here. I try to keep everything. Oh, okay. We can go check that out real fast. If it's just kind of interesting, there's a little hidden treasure chest. If you were to click on the well outside of the house, there's a treasure chest. So what was this used for? We don't know. Maybe secret messages? Health pot? Oh, okay. So springs and... what was that one's called? You know, I think I have to log back in for Arrayas for that one because I know it's level lock and ain't no way Haxor's getting in there. Despite what he might think. Okay, let me do that real fast. Quick like bunny. Okay, back to Arrayas, and she's pretty much in the same area where we want her to be. And here we go. Basically, we're gonna go look at the map of the springs and flowies. Actually, in this specific area, I think it was just where the springs are. But let's go around. Can I get through this way? I hope so. It looks like it so far. Perfect. We're going. So, I'm currently doing Mabel's. I was thinking, well, maybe we can do that together. There's nothing too interesting other than the king kind of seems like a jerk to me. Basically, I think it's out by the butterflies. There's something that says, like, here, let me read it off to you guys, actually, as we're walking. Okay, experienced travels may disturb the butterflies. King's orders. Why do you need to disturb the butterflies? And back in my theories, I was wondering, is he even a good king? We hear about the first king, but the second king, or fifth, or whatever that number sign is. So basically, the one with the green hair is the current king, and then there's one with gray hair who was the past king. Is how I'm understanding it. So this is interesting. There's that little gate again. There's a gate like that that's down where birdmen are. And then there's this. Does that mean this is kind of connected to the desert? And if it was, there's even more proof for like the cave being an active volcano. What even is this little gate? Basically, if, not that you have to be too close to one to have massive earthquakes, but I think that's a pretty good connection. Let's go back over here. Anyways, I thought it was odd that the king was saying that, you know, you can kill the monsters, that's fine. It's like, what? Why? Why do they need to die? So, if it's like battle against the races, or what is it called? I guess that's a good way of calling it. It's just basically all the species are battling out against each other, and who is in alliance with who. And if that's how the humans are treating the monsters in Endless, that doesn't look pretty good for us. Another thing we talked about in the last video was the swamp. I knew about this, but I didn't really mention it. I'm pretty sure there was an undead in the swamp, and we were talking about how those might be like henchmen and connected to the wreath. And the curse has already hit the swamp, which is why it's in such bad condition. I'm just reading my notes again. We missed it, but there was a fallen wood or trees too, where the flowers were. I wonder what that's all about. And there was a little blue bowl at the Nut Vipers. I don't really know what that is, like a pot or a pan. What's it mean? It's very odd. Okay, I think we'll head down to the castle now. I think I kind of went over everything here that I picked out as interesting. I did go to Noobland too, and I don't think there was anything that caught my eye, but let me just double check on my notes. I had to remember what I called it. I thought I called it Noobland, but it might be Tutorial Island as well. Noob Island, okay. Mommy is a peasant. So I guess, does that mean we're peasants since that's supposed to be our mom? And we can't see what's down below, so that's kind of interesting. What's hiding down there? And there's Holodale buildings in Noobland. I guess I can jump over on another account. Why didn't that work? Oh, did I forget to eat? Really? That should have been it. Does it not fit? Okay. To be deleted. That one was going to be up in the maze. Okay, here we go. Defender. Okay, this is the guy I was talking about. He has no title. Who is he? He's just a random guard, and his name's Defender. He's not from a certain area, because normally the name of the town is in their title. Aztec Guard, a Royal Guard. But him, Defender. That's all he has. Why? Is he like a stowaway, a hidden guard? I don't know. Oh, that was another thing. The lookout tower. Maybe not too suspicious, but I just thought it was odd. And this tiny little village, we're gonna call it a village because they acknowledge it as a village, and there's only 3 houses here, so apparently 3 houses make a village. These wooden fences. Are those in Holodale? I can't remember. They might be. Okay, and here's that building that looks like Holodale. So are we to say this is an old island? This is maybe one of the first ones to be here, because we're theorizing that Holodale is perhaps the first one here. And it kind of looks a little ancient-y. And I think it's the same over here. Yes, it is. So yeah, Holodale buildings inside the Noobland. So I'm wondering if it's just an older place. And on top of that, we have a bunch of different people here dressed differently. So everyone's living in harmony here. That's nice. I'm kind of wondering if it's like a hideaway area. Maybe we theorize that Avon is a corrupt city, perhaps, or doing corrupt things still currently, kind of like in the Hunger Games, because they have the PK area. Why do they need that? Why do they need to throw people in there to kill each other? And there's chairs there, so it's entertainment. And we still see that in the castle, too. I don't think there's anything too odd. Again, different clothing. So they seem to come from all over the place. There was another theory I was going on. I forgot to show that picture though. Basically, you have a hula guy, right, from the beach. And then you have the shaman. I was kind of wondering, is Hula Guy an ex-shaman? They look very similar. They have long dark hair. They have tan skin. Maybe Hula Guy got tired of being a shaman and he needed to get away, so he did manage to. Again, Holodale house. Let me jump back on my notes and see if I missed anything. Okay, so I'm being told to go back over here. We're gonna go see the map where you would find one of the treasures with the waterfalls. I wonder if that's at all connected to Udila Garden or whatever, where the butterflies are. It's just, that's the only place we see that. Again, like so many waterfalls and just a nice peaceful grassy area. And there's also a bunch of rocks in the water. Is that fallen debris? Look at that. Very well could possibly be connected to the butterfly garden in some way. And just because it's mapped out where, you know, butterfly gardens up here and this place is down here, that may not necessarily be how it is, because hey, we just walked into Avonport and we get a message saying Gnome Forest. So that is pretty odd. Nice little quiet area and a cave. There is also a cave up there, and again we see a cave up where the Cyclops are, so maybe that's where this area is connected to. Maybe it just didn't fit fit when they were mapping everything. And I think that was it for I think that was it for Noob Island. Now I think the castle or woodland. Let me find woodland. I guess we'll do woodland because that is a road we have to take in order to get there. Westwoods, that's what it's called. Who's close by Westwoods? I guess that would be Bling, but I kind of want her to be where she's at. I'll switch over to Bling, that's fine. I think I'm done using alts now, so we can head over with Bling. I was currently checking out that area, but I hadn't completed it yet. So we have large insects just everywhere. Is that part of the curse or is that normal? Again, rocks in the water. Is that fallen debris? I don't think there was anything too odd about this area here, aside the barrels. Again, all over the map, what's inside the barrels? What are they used for? Is it weapons? Possibly. It kind of makes sense, I suppose, if they're constantly, if they were in war or if they want to be ready for it and prepared. There is weapons literally available everywhere. And we can see Aztec is like kind of preparing to fight against the curse, what it looks like to me. And the birdmen are already wearing the heavy battle plate, I think it's called. Let me double check. Heavy battle plate, yeah. So that's what it looks like they're wearing. And also the statues. The king statue up by the temple, that looks like it has the heavy battle plate on too. And there was one more thing. One more person I was seeing them wear it. It's not the orcs, is it? I don't think so. Okay. We got this. So I'm just deleting notes as we go so I can kind of stay a little organized. Some more interesting notes, signs, messages on signs says this maze is extremely hard, so turn back if you're not a well-trained hamster. That's a little bit of mockery going on right there. Like, what kind of king do we have? Danger. If you enter this area, you will be stuck in a very difficult maze. And it's referring to the castle. If you enter the castle, you'll be thrown in the maze, which we just seen had lava everywhere and just something that's not looking good. I can't remember if there was a dead body in there or not. I think there was. And there was also vaults, like maybe hidden treasure perhaps in the maze. But then again, if they're throwing their prisoners there, maybe not. Let me open that up again. I meant to go over the maze part, but I didn't. I mean, okay, there is dead bodies. So looking at the maze, we can see right when you enter in, there's like pits of lava. And there's a couple dead bodies there as well. Again, the barrels. Is this just like a torture area? Just to see how long prisoners can last until they die or starve or just something happening to them. Again, pits of lava just everywhere. And then we also have like a little stage that has a prison ball. So maybe like past prisoners are put here. Maybe I can show you guys that if I move this over and shrink it. I don't want the quality to drop again, but it probably will. It probably will. Let's see. Basically, we can get rid of most of this. So I can shrink this down a little bit to show you guys what I'm seeing here. And then I'll connect it through the video. Let's kind of get this up more. Almost ready. That should do it, possibly. And then I'm going to go to the video, and then I'll show it, and it'll appear for you guys. That's not the right one. I can fix that, though. Hold on here. Okay. I can see why there's such a struggle in dropping quality. It's just such a large file. Okay, that should work now. And their video quality is probably going to drop again, but that's because I'm trying to show you guys this. So again, we're talking about the maze and how it's kind of just seems to be like a torture prison. And maybe prisoners go here to die. And again, it's kind of like the Hunger Games. They're seeing how long they can last. It's just trying to figure out how big I want this. That should do it. You guys can kind of see right here. We got dead bodies laying around. We got a pits of lava. Why do you need lava in a castle? Another pit of lava right here with the bridge. Torture. This is like a 52 map page to get through this maze. More lava. More lava. If you missed the first 10, here's another 20 lavas. Whoops. I moved in those. Get back there. Okay. Right here, we see kind of a vault and books. Again, there's so many books just laying around and they're open. So I think it's just part of how they use magic. Vaults, we got cages, which I'm assuming is like for prisoners. They seem a little too big to be for like rats or an animal. Beds. a random stage, and this is kind of hard to make out, but there are prison balls right here. So maybe past prisoners were here. A little cross. Is that like a death sentence? Is that what they're trying to get at? Okay, I think I'm done with that now. Let me turn that off. And back to Bling. And then we're going to go down one and go around the castle a little bit. I can't make that. I should have had a castle scroll, do I? I probably don't, but I mean, I'm so close now. It would be rather pointless. And then down here, we talked about these stairs. This has, now, if you were to go to the bone spider, and then you were to, like, accidentally misstep or went out the wrong area, it takes you here. But Sorty actually pointed out you can start a quest if you talk to the guards in the castle. And this is somewhere where Big Throat lives. Which maybe I could just do that for you guys and show you. But it's basically a carniv bee, the little green things that attack you in up near Anudo. And he lives in here, and you go in there and you kill him. So he lives in there. So I'm wondering what monster are they talking about? Are they talking about Big Throat, or are they talking about the bone spider? It's hard to say because they're both in the same area. Oh, what was this? Just warning danger. I don't know if it was this map or if it was one more down. I do think it's one more down, so we'll head there real fast. Let's see here. Oh, wait, I want to go up first. I'm looking, okay, for this house. I can't remember if you can actually enter this house. I think it was for a quest. We'll have to figure that out later. But you can't enter it, so what's it for? But, again, I'm pretty sure it was a quest. We'll have to look into that another day. But, this is what was very interesting to me, is this little area down here. What is this? Why do we have, like, a bunch of pillars here? Some old ancient area? Why? Why is there a shovel? You know, sometimes people put shovels down as like a grave marking. So is like every shovel we find in Endless a grave possibly? And if so, who is buried here? Who does he belong to? If we were to go to the map, this is just called Woodland, West Woodland, which I suppose would be Avon territory. Yeah, Avon territory. So that's what I analyzed over here on these maps. Is this guy dressed like an orc? No, he's not. That's something else I would like to look into as well, is like the things that the NPCs are wearing. Like the Gastro sword. I believe that's what the king has in his hand. And here it talks about King Triridian. No, Wilndar. W-I-L-N-D-A-R. Wilndar? I think it's Wilndar. Wilndar, maybe. I don't know. And notice the grass, how it's kind of in a very specific way. When we get up to the Blobsies, it has the same area. Okay, these guys are kind of interesting. Look, guard. Again, the title is not there. Why? I don't think they're legitimate, honestly. I don't think they belong in Avon. Otherwise, the name would be in the title. Avon Guard, which we're about to prove when we walk inside the castle. The name of where they are is always there, but these guys, they don't have anything. Both of them, they're just a guard. Here's Bob. A Bob sprite, so maybe Bob is of high royal status, because when you see a Bob sprite, it is always put into a like a higher tier. He's always responsible for something. And if you guys remember, we theorized that possibly Bob is a part of maybe an ex-guard. Look, Royal Guard. Royal Guard. There it is. It's in the name. But outside, it's just guard. So if we were to click on this guy. I need to see the king. I'll read this real fast. Hi, stranger. I'm sorry, but the king has ordered not to be disturbed. I need to see the king. Well, I'm pretty sure the butterflies didn't want to be disturbed either, but you gave orders to kill him. I'm sorry, but the king ordered us to stop all citizens. He is very busy. There's maybe a way to earn your audience, but we have a troublesome situation. I think it's super close to read this because it's like I have a little tiny window. It's big for you guys because I made it big for you, but for me, I'm like, I can't read this. Rumors spread that there is a big monster near the castle, far south from here. Some witnesses called him Big Throat. Although the monster never leaves his hole, it's living dangerously close to the castle. So, Big Throat is never actually directly mentioned harming people. If you can kill the monster, I'm sure the king wants to see you. Who is this? He's running by. He's so fast. Okay, let me just reread that real fast. Okay, so yeah. The only reason you're asked to kill this is because he's too close to the castle. He's not hurting anybody. In fact, when you go in this little tiny hole, there's no bodies. I don't think there's even blood there, but I mean, we'll double check. Let's head down there as I talk. The king has it out for monsters. Do you see that? Very interesting. He's gonna like get us all killed. He's gonna go to war with like every single NPC monster out there. He is not a good king. I don't think so. Maybe his dad was, but him himself, no. Even like the hedgehog quests, aren't we asked to kill them too? Hold on, let me look around for that guy. And then we'll go see Big Throat. I'm looking for a purple dot that indicates that that is a, what I want to call it, an interactable quest person. I don't think these guys are it. I'm not entirely sure. I think it was someone around here that activates the quest. I'm actually not sure what I'm looking for, to be honest. I thought an NPC was running around that you accept the quest from. Maybe I'll go click on the two guards above real fast, but I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it says like hedgehog quest or something. Bling, get up. Come on. Man, it has been so long since I've done quests. I don't remember anything. No, I can't even click on these. Okay, well, I'll have to figure out later where do I start the quest. Anyways, what I'm getting at is, again, I think we're just being told to kill monsters just because they're basically being a nuisance. Now, it's understandable for the ones that are more aggressive, but if they're just like, you know, hanging out too close to the castle, really? He's not doing anything. But hey, let's go see his house. Let's hear him out. Unexplored area, monster sighted. So he's deemed a monster, and he was seen And he's presumably dangerous. Did I not accept it? Are you for realsies? You better not enter this without reason. Okay, I think I didn't fully accept it. That's irritating. Okay, so I have to go back. I have to go back and accept it because I explained this once before. Like, you have to make sure you hit OK. Because if you just, like, click, 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 and then click OK without saying, yes, I agree, it doesn't count. I had that happen to me once. I don't know what I did, but it was terrible. I want to say it was the maze. I want to say I didn't fully, like, accept it. I was just clicking OK on the bottom instead of clicking I agree from the yes or no answer. And I thought I accepted it, so I just spent, like, you know, an hour or whatever doing the maze. And then I go to claim my reward, and oopsies, it didn't count. So guess who had to do the maze all over again? Royal Guard. Oh, okay, so you're the hedgehog, I bet. Nice to meet you. I'll introduce myself. I'm the Royal Gardener. I'm hired by the king himself to keep the royal gardens in tip-top shape. However, I got a problem. I got problems. Let me hear. Great, thank you for listening. Not many people do. There are hedgehogs in my garden, so many that I don't know how to stop them. I would pay you 1,060 XP. I was gonna say 1060 EXP and 80 gold for killing 10 hedgehogs. Okay, I'm on my way. So again, they're not really attacking or being too annoying, but like you're told to kill these just because, like, they're not being aggressive. They're just a nuisance. Very interesting. Okay, we actually did accept it this time. So don't you just feel bad that, like, no one, everyone's telling you to go out and kill monsters, and they're not even doing anything. Like, they're not being aggressive. They're just being irritating, and just what's that word? I can't even think of it. Basically, they're just a burden to everyone, a nuisance, an irritant, and they need to go. They need to go, just because we say so. So there's a little bit of superiority going on here. Like the supreme race is the humans, or as it's theorized, we are human elves. So yeah, human elves are being very dominant over the monsters. Oh, look at that, I'm taking hits. I don't really want to kill him. But let's look at this little hole here. These aren't normally here, so I'm gonna put these there. I'm dying. I don't have any health pots. What if I eat your bread? I can't. Anyways, yeah. I don't really care for killing him, but look, yeah, he is chasing me, sure, but now there is some sort of poison. Maybe he's trying to chase you out. Maybe he's trying to warn you, but he can't talk. He can't talk to you, so he's like, hey, you need to leave. This is a bad place. Maybe he's trying to save you, but he gets misread as trying to be trying to attack you and being aggressive. Because he's not harming anyone. He's not attacking. There's no blood or dead bodies where he lives. He's living in a little hole. So yeah, the king kind of comes off as a bit of a jerk. I guess I should kill him just so you guys can see the ending to the quest. If you haven't already, we'll do that. But yeah, it just makes you feel bad. They're not doing anything bad or wrong. Sorry, guy. You gotta go. And look, he's so weak. He is so weak. He is so weak, and he just dies instantly. He's not a threat. Poor guy. He just got stuck and separated from the rest of his family. He's supposed to be up in a nudo. That's interesting. Why is he down here? Who brought him? I don't think he'd be here if he wanted to. I mean, like, I think he'd rather be up in a nudo. So did somebody, like, place him there? Very interesting. He definitely does not fit. So is someone, like, sabotaging? Is it these guys? Are these guys spies? Do the guards themselves even like the king? I wonder. So now we're gonna have audience with the king. Complete the quest. Thank you for taking care of our problem. Of our problem. The king is eager to speak to you about an important matter. About an important matter, so we don't get to know what it is? Please take this scroll. I will take you to our beloved king. Oh, so he's beloved, but I mean, is he beloved? Or is he being legitimate about it? So here we got King Scroll. And here we go. Now, no, you can't attack him. See? He doesn't drop anything. You can't click on him. He doesn't do anything here. But again, look, we have Royal Guard. They have something in their title, whereas those two guys from before have nothing. And look, a rat. Why is he in here? Is, like, the curse slowly starting to take over this spot, too? And here's another thing. There's two chairs. Now, we know back in Endless there was the king and the princess, right? And then maybe the father, I'm assuming, with the gray hair. But where's the queen? What happened to her? Where'd she go? Why isn't she present? And here, his sword, I think that's a gastro sword. I'm gonna go pop over on the website real fast, the game.eoserve.net items, and then we're gonna click on weapons. Let's kind of have this over here. Okay. Gastro. Now I can see the gastro actually has, let me bring this over more of a golden bottom, whereas what he is carrying is either silver or blue. And on top of that, the blades don't really match. So that's out. So then, sir, what do you carry? It's possible it's not even an item of the game, but I just think it's interesting when you do catch that. Nope. I don't see anything in here that resembles it, but I'll check one more time, just in case I blew past it. No, it doesn't seem like there's an item here that resembles that sword. Does not look like it. Okay, well, there you go. Now let me jump over to Castle real fast. Oh, the arena. I wanted to go over the arena, I suppose. And we kind of went over the maze, and like, that's still like super Hunger Games. Like, do they throw prisoners in there just to see how long they'll survive? I went over the chairs. Bob, always in a high status area. Random statue. You got that random statue. Again, there's no name associated to it. It's just a random statue. Who is he? This is just like a little nothing, but I was like, the princess and the proto, like the robot, they have the same shoes. Was our princess turned into a robot? Ah! Okay, throne room has rats, king, no princess, no queen. But if we're being honest, the princess was taken out. She was originally there. There was originally 2 kings and a princess. But that's all we ever see. There's nothing really too interesting about the arena that I have on my notes. I listed barrels again. Spikes? Why do you need spikes? If there's just like a sparring match? Maybe I can find, I think it's the blue arena. Like, I guess I'll just go look over there anyways. Why not? one will see it, but I have to actually go in. I can't remember where's what. This is the little one, though, isn't it? No, this is the big red one. I don't want that then. I think what I'm trying to look for is the blue one. I think it's the blue arena that I have in my head here, where there's a throne chair, and there's chairs around it, and there's combats. Is this it? Looks like it. So, look at that. So, we have one royal chair. I guess it's the king, and then you got two little chairs. Maybe of lower status, or perhaps it is the princess, but the princess should have a royal chair. So, that is kind of odd. But basically, you got weapons, and it's supposedly a sparring area, but why do you need to have spikes on the floor for a sparring area? I don't think this one has the spikes, but you know, Red Arena does. And we have the combat dummies in here too. It's such a big map. But that was basically all I have for Castle. Apparently in my notes I put the castle maze, bodies, lava? Aven King don't mess around. He don't like you. He gonna burn you to death apparently. Gel ball. We talked about that. Gel cell, stage, vaults of who knows what. Why is there a force in the maze? We don't know. And then, of course, there's that secret entrance in the castle basement. How many of these do I have to kill? Nah, we're not doing that right now. We're still checking out the maps. There's still the castle basement that leads out near Aztec, so there's a lot of secret entrances. And there's also, of course, the hidden wall that leads out to Aven. So whether it's the king that knows about him or possibly a spy or an intruder, they are definitely there. Okay, so I think we went pretty much over everything that I wanted to go over up until this point. I have a note from Holodale, but we're not in Holodale yet. I suppose we could go check that out real fast. What's my time here? We are an hour and 12 minutes in. Yeah, we can go a little longer. That's fine. I usually like to try to hit 2-hour mark. So I'm going to go to sortie.co.uk, and then I'm just going to type in H with the search bar. I can't type an actual word. But with that, I see the Holodale map. We're going to pull that up. And because I like you guys being able to see what I see, so we can kind of go over that together, I'm going to bring that up on the camera. So again, the theory is possibly is Holodale the very first city in all of Endless? Now, you would think ancient. It's so ancient it doesn't even have a name anymore. So maybe perhaps this is the second one? I'm trying to resize that. Hold on here. So there you go. Good view of ancient. This is where we are now. Actually, I'll walk on Bling as we're looking at this. Yeah, it definitely looks like an older place. It definitely has like kind of a medieval feel going on to it. There's the little spawn area down right here. Ah, right here with the water. Now, eventually, I suppose I can do it now. I was going to say we can go into every single building because, I mean, we got to analyze it from top to bottom. And we haven't even got to the orc base yet. So let me just switch over to Bling again. have her over here. I'm trying to rearrange everything so we can kind of look at everything at once. Here's our overview map. This is where Bling's at. We're going to read this sign here. Welcome to Holodale. Again, back in Udila Garden, up where the butterflies are, we have a sign that says, welcome to Udila, or however you pronounce it. So our theory was that that was actually a city at one point that was absolutely destroyed. That's why there's just such debris everywhere. It's only a fallen area now. Like, there's nothing left. And on top of that, there's a church, which the only time you ever see a church in Endless is if it's in the city. Gosh, I don't know which place. Okay, so here's this wooden fence again, and we saw that back in Noobland. I was wondering if that fence did come from here, so that tells us that they are connected. Apparently these are signs too. I didn't know that. Or maybe I did at one point in time, but no longer do. And sometimes they're kind of wonky, like I can't click on it. I know sometimes they just aren't active, but other times they are. And they just give me a lot of trouble. See, you can click on this in front of Bab's Barber Shop, and they have a cute little thing saying, we care because it's your hair. But I can't seem to activate this one. Maybe it's not clickable, but I just wanted to check. Now, there is a very interesting building here, and it's going to take us a while to work our way down, but that's the barred area, and there's just a certain thing in there that caught my interest. Guild Bob again. His house looks normal. A treasure chest. Nothing too odd. Okay, so we are up here. We're going to go to this one next. Is this a weapon shop? Is this in? This is a grocery store. Okay. A cure potion. Interesting. What do we need a cure? For what? Now we know it is for the frog helmet, sure, but you know, we're not in the world in the game of Endless right now. We're in the world of Endless. Okay, next one over. Hi, little horses. Weapon shops, it seems. Nope, I lied. It's actually the bank. Normal, normal, normal. Cage. I don't know what to think. Oh, it's actually a hidden chest. Okay. Maybe I should be taking notes as I write down Holodale. Where is Holodale? Let me pull it up real fast. So if you guys didn't know, I have a Google Docs, and from there I write like everything down where I find stuff. So where was this? This was in the bank. Bank. Secret chest. Gel cell, I guess we'll call it. And let's see, I have something written down here saying 100 years old. Sorty pointed out that I think it was in a quest saying that 100 years ago Holodale came here and it was named after him. So that at least gives us an idea of how old this place is. And I was theorizing, I wonder if this is possibly connected to Ancient City, because you have to learn Bard here, but your instruments are way up in Ancient City. Why is that? That's kind of odd. Oops. Let me get that down. Okay. And on we go. So yes, this is what I do. This is what I've been doing for the past 2 or 3 weeks, analyzing Endless. It's a slow process, but it's definitely fun. Like, I don't think anyone's really done this before, or if they have, they didn't care to share it much. I know Sorty did. She said that she had tried to figure out the lore of Endless. And again, that's where I got some of my notes from too. In her theories of us being an elf race, because the king statue in Avon Temple, again, there's a book. The king statue in Avon Temple has a horn and also pointy ears. Barrels, food storage here, and 2 beds. You got 2 beds, but you got like what? 10 chairs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chairs. Everybody not gonna fit. Someone's sleeping on the floor. So we continue to see open books just laying around. Why? My theory is it has to be a source of magic, perhaps. There's a way to get back here, but I don't remember. And inside that treasure chest has the amount of gold that you need to check in order to get citizenship here. Now, I know the Orc Fort is up there, but we're not going to go there just yet. We're not ready. We've got combat dummies. He's a smith. Arrows. Fire and ice arrows. And big ugly mace. Holy book, and nunchucks. Okay. The music that's playing right now is also connected to oh, there's a shovel. Is that the first time there's a shovel in the house? Huh. What are you guys hiding, huh? What are you burying in the backyard? A dead body? Maybe. What did you two do, huh? So, I mean, decently normal. That's weird that there's a shovel in the house with dirt still on it. Okay, so we are behind here, so we need to go out and down. Walking down the town. This needs lyrics. This nice little music in the background, it needs lyrics. Okay, okay, there's our next house. I don't think I can. Is this the one we can't go in? I guess we'll find out. Yeah. What's in here? We don't know. Supposedly shoes. But is that accurate? So there's a secret house. I wonder if possibly it could be a Holodale or Holodale. I think the name is Holodale. I think it's maybe possibly his house. Maybe that's why it's blocked off to the public. You can't go in. Okay, Bard. Okay, we're gonna get to the thing that I thought was rather interesting. Why do you need an ancient pillar in your house? Can somebody explain that to me? Because I don't know. What is this? Why? Why is there a giant ancient pillar in here? And we see this again, I think in front of Apozin's lair. Let me double check on that. Where did I put my maps? Here they are. Okay. So many A's to go through. Ah, I saw it. Apozin's lair. Okay, right here. Pew! Loading. And we're loading. And we're still loading. I see lava. If I was to just copy this and paste it, will it actually show up? No. Man, I actually have to wait. Okay. Why is it so slow, though? I'm trying to think of the other place that I saw this. Oh. I know. Okay. Well, while that one's loading, we'll pull up the other place. Go to Sorty's website, and then EO, explore EO. And then we also want... I wonder if the quality's gonna drop since everything's going so slow. Weird. What's going on here? it's loading really slow and I don't know why. What's that all about? Okay, maybe we'll just do one at a time. Okay, anyways, back to the pillar. Wow, this is very slowly loading. Basically, I'm trying to show you guys the map, but I had to pull the map up on the website, and it's like a giant map, so it's very, very slowly unrevealing more of it. Okay, so and then again, we got books, we got wet potions, flowers, more books, candles. What is all this in here? So, let's think about that. Bard. So, what else does he do? Does he do spells? He does do, wait. Does he teach anything else besides Bard? Because if it's just Bard, why does a musician need all of this? The books with spells on them? Random grass? What is this even? A random pillar? Who are you, Mr. Bard man? And are you connected to Ancient, possibly? That map is still loading. That is crazy. Why is it doing that? It's going a little faster. Ish. That is so odd. Okay, maybe I have it tucked away because I'm pretty sure I was saving that for later to show you guys. But let me just look at my maps here. Okay, was that it? Not quite. Oh, is this it? Perfect! That is exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, well. Let's put this on screen for you guys to see. It's just gonna overlay what we already have, but that's fine because I can get rid of it. So there you go. There is those pillars that we see. Why? Let's move Bling up a little bit more. Why are these in his house? Who is he? And they're the same things we see in Apozin's lair. And another place we see this is in the abandoned fortress where the orcs are. I will try to pull that up, but the website's being a little difficult right now. But let's try. Abandoned fort. Actually, I don't think it's the abandoned fort. It's the cave inside, but I think that's called unused. It should be at the bottom. It should show up pretty fast. I have a list of every single name of the maps. That's what I'm talking about, in case that sounds really weird to you guys. And I can't organize them at all. So unless I know the exact name, this makes it a little difficult. Even when I do know the name, it still makes it... No! It still makes it a little difficult because it's just this massive, huge list. And, you know, there's quite a few names that start with the letter A, and that's the only way it can organize them and search through. Okay, maybe it's underground fort. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. Okay, up where the orc fortress is, I think it's called Abandoned Fortress. You can go inside there, which, by the way, we will be looking at next because that's on the same map that we're at. You go up there, and inside there's this cave, and there's just a bunch of pillars everywhere. It's the exact same pillar. So weird that it's being so slow. I guess it's because I'm streaming. That makes sense, but still. Yeah, we'll just ignore that for now. Let's just head down. Okay. Anyways, there we go. Let me fix this though for you guys because that's in the way. And let's bring everything up now. Okay, here we go. So yeah, very odd house. If he's just for music, he has all these random things. A pillar, possibly connected to ancient because of the music. What house are we on? Hold on. Is this a yellow top? This is a yellow top. Okay, so now we're heading down. And I don't know the exact location of the cup. Actually, I think I see it from here. We're gonna go see Holodale's cup. I think it's down here. Oh, there it is. Okay, here it goes. Let's click on this. On the cup, you discover a signature. It belongs to Sir Holodale. Holodale? I guess Holodale makes more sense, doesn't it? And this is who the whole town is named after. So let's go down to the respawn point. That's kind of interesting looking. And why is it so different from like all the other places? It's very humble compared to the other ones actually, because the other ones are like all decked out with something. Okay, now we're gonna go to this yellow top house down there. I don't know what it is, but we'll go find out. Who are you? Oh. Okay, so if you wanted to become a citizen of Holodale, this is where you would go. And I doubt there's anything interesting in here. Okay, that is kind of interesting. You don't have privacy. Y'all just share one huge room. A jukebox. Normally when you go into the inns, they're all like very separate. You have individual doors. Individual rooms. But in this case, everyone shares everything. There's no secrecy anywhere. Okay, upstairs is the same as downstairs. Up, get up, Bling. So, this looks normal. Nothing too interesting here. I suppose you could point out he doesn't really seem like his clothing match. In fact, it's the same sprite as the Dragon Warrior. But again, we kind of confirmed that there's all sorts of different citizens, and they all just kind of live in peace together. Now we're going to go to the church. And then after this, we'll look at that little thing up there with the tent. Like a little stall area to sell things. Yeah, this all looks normal. I think there's actually a way to get up on the stage, but yeah, just like that. Up on the stage, here we go. Very normal. Nothing too interesting here. Oh. That was interesting though. The church led to the bank. What's going on there? I don't know. So, should I go out here real fast? Where does this lead? What? What? Okay, so we were in Holodale. We went into the church that took us to the bank that's in Aztec. That does not seem good at all. Not at all. You could argue that, yeah, it's just a fast warp lane. But, I mean, hey, that was kind of weird. Why do you need to have, like, a secret passage connecting these two? Very odd. Now I have to walk all the way back. Recall? No. Void. Guild. That's gonna have to do. We have quite a ways to go back, guys. But, anyways, yeah, that's interesting. Why does that need to be there? So now that we went through Holodale and went through all the other maps, now we're going to go check out the underground fortress, I think is what it's called, where the orcs are. And they pretty much have their own domain, which I'm just going to talk about it now since we have quite a ways to go back. I'm thinking that possibly that fortress might be right behind where the orc cave is. That would make sense to me. again, yeah, it is a different part of the map, but it just makes sense to me that when we go into the gnome cave, is actually what it's called. When we go in there, is that just like a small part of what's actually there, and is the fortress a lot more of it? Like, what we're only seeing is half. Because both of it is like inside of a cave. Now, it is very possible. Maybe they just have two areas, just like the Birdmen. And you guys will see it when we get there. But they kind of seem like they're preparing for a war or had already been in a war. And who do they hang out with? Let's see. Okay, you could say they hang out with the gnolls, which are connected to the butterflies, which, again, the king apparently does not think very much of them. If he's saying, you know, you gotta be a certain level to kill them, disturb them is the word he uses in the sign. I'll have to find that. I wonder where it's at. Let me pull up that notepad sword he gave me. Signs, okay, it says okay, I think it's just straight up by Udila Garden. It says butterfly garden only. Experienced travelers may disturb the butterflies. Only experienced travelers may disturb the butterflies. King's orders. And then below it is Udalia. Gardens, only experienced gardeners are allowed in the gardens. King's orders. Anyway, very interesting. Let's keep going. I guess I'm going to change the map now since we're done with Holodale. We're going to change it over to if the story website will let me, we're going to change it over to the fortress, which it might not. It's being very laggy and just slow and loading. And I had that problem before, even while I was streaming. This isn't the first time I try to pull these maps up. And it doesn't help that I don't know the exact name of it. It's either underground or abandoned. I want to say it's called abandoned. Going through the A's of Avon. Okay, Posen's Lair, Ant Area, Skill, Anudo, Skill. Abandoned Fort. Is that it? I hope so. Let's find out. It's so slow. Okay, but anyways, while that's loading, maybe we're just gonna head down there. Otherwise, I would show you guys an overhead view of the whole entire map. I think that's nice to see. And it also helps me. It tells me where to go. If there's... Oh my goodness, it just got like an error. This site can't be reached. I broke Sorty's website. Help. Weird. Okay. That is so odd. I wonder if I could, like, maybe open it through another, outlet. Like, what do I have on here? Internet Explorer? That'll work. Just give me a second, guys. Let me try to figure this out for us. Okay, I think it's a little faster-ish, maybe. Okay, now we need to look for abandoned Fortress, and I really hope that's the name of it. Otherwise, we're in trouble. I wish there was a faster way to do this, but there just isn't. Oh, there it was. Okay, abandoned fort. Click. Weird. Now it's just the tree that loaded, and that's like it. Let me enter again. So weird. Like a little bit more loaded, but not by much. I don't know if that's a problem on my end or like over there is something going on. I don't know. Like I said, this is unusual because it hadn't happened before. Okay, I guess we just have to... It looks like it's slowly loading, but I mean, while it's doing that, let's just go in. Why can't I go in? What in the world? Did I miss it? Okay, maybe it's not up here. Maybe it's to the side. Maybe I just went into the wrong area. Walk, 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 walk. There, I think that's the entrance, actually. Yes, okay. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that. It's still loading, but I'm gonna just refresh it again, and then I'm just gonna keep redoing that as we slowly look at it here. Because every time I refresh it, it picks up from where it left off at, and then goes a little further, so... In the meantime, we're just gonna have to make it work. So we got orcs on this side. We can actually sneak inside the castle. There's a little crack over here. Orcs are not aggressive. They don't seem to mind that we're here, but we saw that in their lair there's a bunch of skeletons. Now, I guess it's possible it's not human, but I don't think so. Okay, so now we're finally inside. We got weapons, we got a catapult with rocks. I think this is actually the first time we see these things actually like almost loaded and like ready to go. Now there isn't one inside, but they're still right there. They're just waiting. We've also seen catapults in the bird fortress that's hidden inside where the gnomes are in the other orc area. What's it called? The Forest of Despair. And then there is a catapult. Where else do we see that? Okay, in the swamp, in the new swamp, where one of the guys is, where they teach you a magic spell. He has a hidden one. No, wait, no, it's not a catapult. It's a like one of the beheading kind of things. What are they called? Anyways, that's unusual that he has that there. Where else did we see it? Aztec, of course. I thought I made a list. Let me check my notes. I thought I was making lists of it. So let's start at the top and work our way down. My notes consist of 22 pages, by the way. This is all in Google Docs. Okay, Ice Mountain. Really? No. Oh. No, centaurs. Okay, centaurs also has a catapult. Gnome Cave. So, apparently orcs have a catapult down there too. And they also have them here. I wonder if they're like the suppliers. Old Swamp. Old Swamp. Okay. So, I guess near the Reapers? Or maybe it's Aztec. I think I meant to put Aztec, but it shows up as Old Swamp. But maybe I'm wrong. I'm trying to remember everything. My notes can only help so much. Alright. So, yeah. Anyways, we do see these quite often. But of them all, I think this is the only one that actually has them, like, almost ready to go. The map is almost done loading. But we'll keep going on. We got some bloodshed down here. What's going on? Who died? Where's the body? What was it? Who was it? Orcs. They're here. They're not aggressive. They got weapons, boxes, treasure chests. Their own little castle. So, if orcs have a castle, I wonder if they were, like, the superior race maybe before the humans. And we see these little stick guys, stick fence again. Stakes, I guess you could call them. And we see those in Aztec and also the bird fortress. I guess that'll do for now. Hold on, I'm gonna switch over our little map. What? What? Don't tell me that. Okay, I'm trying to copy the image. This is being so difficult. From Internet Explorer to paste it in Paints to show you guys what I'm seeing, but I guess I'm gonna just have to screenshot it because that's not working. We basically see what we need to see. An overview. Bird's eye view of the orc area. Oh my dear goodness. So difficult. Let's get rid of that. Turn this black. Then we paste. Make it a little bigger. Maybe a little bigger. Well, I wanted to show you guys the entire map, but I guess this will do. So yeah, that's an overview of what we're seeing right now. It's a castle, very obviously. And the only other time we see a castle is the castle itself, of course, the Imperial Castle. I guess you could argue that possibly that the new swamp has maybe remnants of a castle up on the top floor. It almost looks like that to me. When I had drawn the entire line at the bottom, and the catapults, they're all loaded, almost loaded. All you have to do is put one on top and it's ready to go. It's the only one that's actually like active. My little baby squeaking in the background. And then here again we have the cave. So let's go in there. We can turn this off now. I think it's referred to now as the underground cave. What's inside that castle. But for some reason, sorty.co.uk is just so slow. I don't know what's going on. I'll try it again in, what's this thing called? Internet Explorer. I don't even know its name. Again, we'll have to go through the whole searching for the name. I should just do use for underground. Underground fort. Is that it? Loading. Okay, well, in the meantime, let's look it up. I'm going to just turn this off for now. It's just being a pain more than anything. We'll focus on endless. We'll bring this back over here to give us a nice full view as the map we're waiting for is currently loading. I can't remember if I already looked at this part. I don't think I did, but I might have done some sort of notes on it. Let me look real fast. Underground fort. Or is it abandoned fort? Underground fort. Orc lair. Weapons. Castle. Behind orc cave. Catapult. Secret lair. Okay, so for the abandoned fort, which we will go over there and just go inside in just a second. Let me just read off what I have. I put secret lair because it's an underground fort. Like, why does it have to be underground? On top of that, it has a bunch of ancient pillars. Again, we talked about this ancient pillar not only in Apozen's lair just before you go in, but also is randomly in the bard's house. Why? Why is it there? And I'd like to show you guys the whole map. It's very interesting to see, but this is gonna take a while. So I'll just send Bling in as we wait. Make sure everything is set up correctly. And in we go. Okay, right off the bat, we see the pillars. Good. Why are they in Bard? Are they associated? This guy's not aggressive, right? I don't... No, he's not. Look at his feet, though. Isn't that odd? They look like webbed feet. Why? What's going on there? What happened to their head? Who beheaded them? Who do they belong to? They have brown pants, so I suppose it's possible... Avon? Avon people? And we see axe. Okay, is that a throwing axe? Let me see if I can identify that axe and its name and where it came from. Maybe from that information alone, we can find out who these guys belong to. It's brown, wasn't it? Get back here! I need to look at your axe! Okay, it's like brown on top, brown on bottom. There's very few axes in Endless, so this should go rather fast. Not a Murhawk. Throwing axe. Let me... No, that doesn't quite match either. Why can't I move? Okay. And again, it's possible this won't even show up in Endless, but it's always fun to look. And it doesn't look like this axe is here, but again, let me look again. I wanted to say it was going to be the throw axe, but the throw axe is very curvy compared to the axes they have. Definitely not a Murhawk. That's too gigantic. Oh, Chopper. Let me pull up Endless so I can compare these. Alright, Chopper. That looks like a pretty good match. I will show you guys. Just give me one moment here. And you get him from the Headless Hunter. So that didn't help at all. So it is the same axe. But okay. Headless Hunter is in the haunted house. Well, my question is, are they anywhere else in the map? I know they're for the Halloween event, but that doesn't count. I think they're in New Apozen's lair. I think. I could be wrong about that, but... Let's see, brown pants and like maybe metal shoes, possibly. Let's click on NPCs. Let's do shopkeepers, innkeepers, maybe not. Bakers, I doubt that. And maybe we'll do quests and other NPCs. What I'm trying to do right now is compare their clothes to other NPCs that are wearing similar clothes, at least. But as far as I can tell, perhaps Avon is the best fit, because we do see brown pants even villagers wear. And I mean, it's also very possible maybe it's a race that already died out. You just don't know. And if they did die out, why did they? What was that all about? So far, there are no matches to these guys. Huh. It's not an exact match, but they kind of resemble the wolf leader pants. It's the closest match we have. Definitely. But, yeah. Who are these guys? Why were they behead? And we see that device certainly all throughout Endless. As I was saying earlier, it's in the swamp. It's in Avengel. So, were these ex-prisoners, perhaps? These little rocks, by the way, they're out by the Dragon Cave. Let me check on that overview map. That would be fantastic to have right now. Oh my goodness. Yikes. I can see up ahead there's a gel, there's a body hanging up, maybe tortured. So casual to say that. The pillars definitely look old. This is an old place. There's blood everywhere. So maybe currently going on. There's death currently happening, and if so, who? So if we have dead bodies, because it's headless, it's dead, does that mean the curse has already taken over this area? Is it possible? And are maybe the orcs not affected by it? Or are they part of it? There's random blue rocks I see way up ahead. Should have maybe left that up because now it's not loading at all. It was like almost like to the half point. But I kind of know where it is. Over and down. At least we're working our way over to the gel cell, I believe. I think there's a treasure chest somewhere hidden in here too. It's a giant map to analyze for sure. Huh. Why is there like a hole? Like a nothing? Is it like a drop off somewhere? Does it lead somewhere? Where's it go? What's it for? And if we're already underground, where does this lead? Is this like a death hole? Like, you throw them down and kill them? Oh my dear goodness, I can't do contacts. Okay, let's keep walking as that's loading. I think it gave up on us. Sorty's website gave up on us. They don't like us anymore. This is very interesting. So, that alone should tell us that I think orcs were here before the human elves were. It's obviously very old. And so, what happened there? Like, their castle does look a little broken down, but not completely. So are humans and orcs just living in peace together? Like, let me look on my notes again of what I have for orcs. Let's just search the word orcs and see what pops up. I have barbarians and orcs and birds working together. Which don't really have any hatred towards humans. So if they are working together, is it for anything specific? That's all I really have on orcs. Let's go see what they drop. We can possibly use that as a clue as well. Go to monsters. And they're not aggressive. They don't attack us when we walk in. All they drop is orc ears, so you attack them only to have them drop parts of their body. Okay. So, peaceful. I think we can just pretty much deem them as peaceful. Like, they're not attacking, they don't drop anything of value. They must definitely be part of an ancient race. They have been here for a very long time. In fact, if anything, I'd say the humans probably kind of, I don't know about drove them out is the right word, but I guess they're not really at war at all with the humans per se, but why are their catapults like almost ready to go? Who are they fighting against? Now we do see a bunch of bloody bones and bodies in the cave, so they're eating humans, but are we sure that they are human bones? We don't know. I think I'm going in circles. I don't know where to go. And the map is like, sometimes it'll load and other times it stops, and I don't know what it's doing. I don't know. Alright, let's try this again. I'm trying to get to the point where there's a bunch of blue something or other, but without the map, the overview map, it's a little difficult. I'm trying to get it to load, but I don't know what's causing this. Okay, so we did manage to find the cage. The gel. Oh, and there's the gnolls. Oh, here's the blue... What would you even call this? Mushrooms? Maybe? Blue mushrooms. Why are there blue mushrooms hiding in here? Big Daddy says, the maps take forever to load. Absolutely. Ugh. We are learning that the hard way. So what are these? These little ancient blue mushroomy things? Where are these? Are they poisonous? Are they magical? Do they do something? Are they just food? And the gnoll is here. Just a gnoll. What just happened? My computer just like, I don't even know what to explain. It's almost like the whole screen just refreshed. I don't know what it did. So we got a gnoll here. I don't think he has any specific kind of armor on. That we know of, at least. And they seem peaceful enough, and they drop sorceries, and archeries. But why is there just one hanging out in the orc cave? And taking the notice that he is by this gel cell. Is he a prisoner of the orcs? What did he do? Are they at war? Are they the ones they're fighting against? I don't know, guys. And when those mushrooms are in here, are they from the orcs or are they from the gnoll? What is going on in the world of Endless? I just got this page can't be found. Oh my goodness. Oh, is it working now? Oh my dear goodness. Okay, wait. It's almost there. Wow. Wow. Okay. It is loading now. I finally have it. So I'm going to put that on screen for you guys, and then you can see an overview of this whole entire map. So we can see fully what we're looking at here. Let me just adjust a few things. And I'll probably lag the camera too, because this is quite a big section of map. It loaded again. So I can see that the camera catches that. I don't know why it does that. Maybe it's because of Internet Explorer. We like to break things here. Okay, and then just do this. I'm almost done. Almost ready to show you guys. And I think if I can just cover this all black, I think I will. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay. Well, let's exit off of Internet Explorer because I think it's making my camera lag a little bit. And then let's jump over here, and now let's show you guys that picture we have been waiting for. Ah! Okay, let me think on how I want to do this. I might just move my head around a little bit. Because I do want to make it a tad bigger. This is a little difficult. And I did change everything black. So there is... I thought there was one section that didn't change, but I guess it did. But okay, over here we got blood stains of someone's ancient pillars everywhere. What even is this? I completely missed that. I'm gonna have to go down and look at that. That's interesting. More blood. This is rather empty. So is it not used that much? Is the entire place a gel cell completely to the no? Well, no, it can't because we have the front entrance that has orcs. And then we got some sort of secret hidden treasure here, which already says spawns in a darkened door. And then we got this random hole. What even is that? Random mushrooms and random cage. Gel. Now it is open, but he's hanging out in that area. So I'm thinking he might be a prisoner there. And if so, why? What did he do? So let's try to head down to that front entrance. I'm going to get rid of the map. Maybe not. Okay, I'm going to shrink the map. How about that? Because I'm going to use it to guide myself where I am currently. Pull endless up. And let me try to think of where I am here. Okay, we're at a corner and a torch. Where exactly is that? You'd think it'd be obvious just by like how it's designed. It probably is. I'm just like, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Oh, is it there? That has one. Oh. Why aren't you moving? There we go. Oh, okay. Well, we got the knoll here and the blue mushrooms, and this is the only place up. Yeah, that's obvious. That's the only place it could have been. Okay, but we're on our way. We're going to head down to the entrance and check out that kind of fallen area. So, what do we know about the darkened door? Since that's what spawns in the treasure chest, what do we know about it? Bone Spider. And Bone Spider, he's like a mystery. So, Bone Spider kind of has a similar home lair, I guess you could call it. Similar map. It has the bottoms of statues all over it. It's like a crypt. Like, just like a giant tomb almost. What is the Bone Spider exactly? And is he linked to this area? Why does this place spawn darkened doors? What's that all about? So I think we're heading down in the right way. Little tiny hallway. And orcs. Wait, I got lost. Oh, okay, I should have gone over a little bit further. There we go. So this is just kind of an odd place. You got orcs, you got headless guys that we don't really know where they belong to. Who are they? Where they came from? And you got a random knoll that has been taken captive for what reason we don't know. And doors that spawn in that chest, and the only thing we can connect indoors to is the Bone Spider. So there is definitely a story going on with all the monsters put together. And it seems the orcs like the barbarians and the birdmen, and maybe they're trying to take somebody down, possibly the gnolls. And with gnolls, we have, you could say butterflies, but they're more closely related to the cyclops, which there are warning signs. And they do drop clothes, as do the gnolls, so I wonder if they eat people. But who's to say the orcs don't, you know? So, let's head in here. There is something that's going to attack us. I don't remember what, though. Gnomes? Was it gnomes? Yes, it was. A little speeder gnome, too. Nothing. Nothing too special. So whatever this place is, it doesn't make it obvious. Not at all. I wonder if they're trying to fight against the curse too. Maybe that's going throughout the world of Endless. It's hard to say. It is very hard to say. But I think we've done a good portion. I think we're in 2 hours now. Let me go see here. I can turn off that overview now. We don't really need it. Two hours and 12 minutes. You know, I think we'll go ahead and do marbles as well, since we're here. Close enough. It's hard to say what exactly is going on. Actually, you know what? I might have to end the stream now that I think about it. I do like to have sortie maps up so I can do an overhead view of everything. But if I'm having problems with it loading, there might be a chance I miss something, and I don't want that to happen. So, yeah, this was definitely interesting. Definitely interesting things going on in this little area. And what's this called? The abandoned or underground fort? Abandoned fort and underground fort. Okay, so underground fort, of course, is the lowest. And abandoned fort. Why was it abandoned in the first place? Let's kind of look around at the castle a little more. Oops, I didn't mean to go in. So, why is it so small? Why is it just this one area that has like a castle wall around it and the rest of it is just the fort? And it's pretty well intact. I thought it was a little broken, but not really. It's pretty well done. It does kind of look old though, just with like a discoloration going on. And there is this crack in the wall. It's hard to say what's going on in this little area, but yes, very interesting. Huh. Alright guys, I think we're going to end the stream here. So that means we are definitely doing a part 4. It might be the last one because let me jump over to my little note sections here and go over what we still have not talked about. Did I close my notes or did they just close out on their own? Let's see here. Note. Sticky notes. Okay, so let's see. We have not done Ancient City yet. We kinda did, but I didn't do a full detail examination of it. I just kinda did a run by. So we still have that to go over. We did do Holodale. We have not done Bugs or a Marble Temple, which I think is very interesting. I don't think there's any other kind of buildings like that in the world of Endless. We have yet to do the beach. We just did I have it listed down as Orc Fortress, but Abandoned and Underground Fortress. And honestly, Bugs is associated with Octolair, but that's what we're heading over to. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more maps to go before we have like the entire world of Endless completely analyzed. And eventually I would like to do quests to get a little bit more detail. I'm not necessarily going to complete every single one. I might try to find videos of someone that has the dialogue listed down so we can read that. But that is going to be cool. Quite a challenge. Okay, so I'm going to end the stream here. This was fantastic. Thanks for joining, guys. This was just awesome. This is really fun. And I'll see you next time. I'm thinking the next video I do is not going to be of Endless. I'm going to be probably live streaming Stardew Valley. I think that would be pretty fun. I'm trying to live stream a few more different games other than Endless, but we are definitely having the major focus be on Endless. So thank you for being here. Bye-bye. Have a good evening, day, night, whatever it is on your part of the world. See you later.